Oh, at the beginning, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me, and my special thanks are given to Dr. Andrea Genes, director of Memorial Ravensbrück, and of course also to you, Sonia. And I have to say that for me it is honor and also very important to have an opportunity to participate in this, I think, intergeneration meeting. So my name is Elżbieta Kuta. I'm living in Poland, in Krakow, and I'm a daughter of Jadwiga Kuta. My mother, Jadwiga, was a former prisoner of German concentration camp for women in Ravensbrück. And my mother was transported to Ravensbrück from Tarnów prison in September 1941 and left concentration camp at the end of April in 1945. And it's not easy to answer when I heard about Ravensbrück for the first time, but as far as I remember, it was when I was in primary school. Why do I think so? Because I remember that when I was a child, my mother's very close friend, also Ravensbrück prisoner, visited us in Tarnów very often. And during these visits, they spoke about Ravensbrück. But I have to confess that I didn't realize what does it mean, what is hidden behind this word, which the dramatic history is hidden behind. And it is general opinion of our generation, second generation, that our mothers and also my mother, they didn't want to tell us about Ravensbrück. Not only to us, generally, they didn't want to speak about Ravensbrück. Why? I think that they wanted to erase, to eliminate Ravensbrück from their memory, but perhaps they also did not want to transfer their camp trauma on us, their children. And my interest in Ravensbrück history and also in history of my mother evolved slowly. I was involved or interested in history of Ravensbrück. I started to be interested in the history of Ravensbrück when I was in secondary school at university. But presently, I'm really deeply involved in the history of Ravensbrück, and I tried and I understood the drama and this tragic time for them. My first visit in Ravensbrück was with my mother. It was in 1995 on 50th anniversary of Camp Liberation. And this visit was very important and also very dramatic and tragic for my mother because it was her first visit in Ravensbrück since she left concentration camp. So during this visit, I was focused on my mother behavior because I didn't know her reaction. But when my mother passed through the gate in Ravensbrück, she said, "Oh my God, no barracks, no barracks, they are empty." So the second time I visited Ravensbrück in 2019 on the 74th anniversary of Camp Liberation, and this visit was very important for me. my mother passed away, so this time I followed in the footsteps of my mother, and I was really aware about every place, every building I visited during this visit in Ravensbrück. It is true that the main area is empty. There are only outlines of barracks visible on black gravel, and dead trees reminded the former Ravensbrück. But there are very important buildings there. I mean, bunker, and also crematorium, and a very narrow area between bunker and crematorium through which prisoners pass for their deaths. And also very important for me personally is Lake Schwedt, where ashes of prisoners were deposited. This lake is for us like a cemetery. So for me, it's my opinion that this area is a witness and a warning. No more war, no more concentration camps. And this should be repeated and repeated. Oh, it's difficult to predict, but Ravensbrück Museum and also all this building, the remnants of former prisoner, but also surrounding areas have to exist forever. And for us, the second generation, but also for next generation, these places are very important. And we should be, and we are, the executors of so-called Ravensbrück Rabbit Testament. This testament was written and signed by Polish prisoners, also victims of pseudomedical experiments. And their will was to create, to build international education center for young people in which the true history about the Second War and also the truth about German concentration camp for women in Ravensbrück should be presented, and also the ideas for which they could survive in Ravensbrück. And as long as Ravensbrück will exist, the voices of Ravensbrück prisoners will never be silent. This place is also very important for young people because it will be a life history lessons for them when they could visit Ravensbrück. It will be a life history lesson for them.